These are some of the items of everyday use that provided some entertainment and some utility. A couple of different things that in the little time that people had where they could enjoy themselves, they played cards, mostly in the fur trade forts and whatnot. Marbles was a very popular game. These are a red clay marble. This was the Voyageurs game. Was a draught board. They called it draughts. And the game of checkers was easily set up. A lot of their cassettes or ration trunks had checkerboards drawn on them, or they even had cassettes that were strictly for checkers they played. This chest that's here is typical of a Hudson Bay rations chest, and this would carry the staples for the brigade that went out, or the canoe. And what it gave them was a safe storage for their some of the medications they carried. They did have a limited kit. They had some tools of the trade, if you want to, tools for surgeries and bloodletting and that sort of thing. They also would carry some of the staples like the tea and things like that for the rations and whatnot in here, and some of the utensils that they had. They were very limited in, they would have 1 or 2 brass pots for a brigade, and everybody cooked on the same pot. Most of the voyageurs would carve their own spoon, or a lot of them had what they call a noggin, which is a voyageur style cup that they would carry on their belt. And when the voyageurs are paddling, they don't have time to stop and lose the rhythm of paddling. So when they're paddling along and they want to have a drink of water, what they would do was just lift the blade and put their lips to the bottom edge of the blade, and the water would run right down and into your mouth. Unfortunately, due to beaver fever these days, we can't do that anymore. But in those days, that's how they drank on the fly. This is a typical canvas pouch. Has the pewter buttons on it and whatnot, and this was used for carrying the sorted items. This is a sewing kit. Contained a pair of Chinese-style scissors in it, a wooden needle box with some needles so they could do repairs, a thimble, either a wooden thimble or a brass or tin thimble, some spare buttons, some sinew for sewing with, or linen thread was available in those days as well. The voyageurs were great singers, and would sing many songs in a day of paddling. Some were fluent in playing the tin whistle, or penny whistle as it was called back then, just a little flute, and have a little entertainment. They would also use the jaw harp and make music. One of the toys that the kids liked was either a pewter. They would take maybe an old button and hammer it out and make a whizzer out of it, and they would use this to play with. Quite often these were made out of a slice across a log, or it might be a piece of an antler or something like that. But that would keep them entertained.